All right, so my name is Michael DeLu. I'm the voice of Duval County. I'll be out here screaming Duval the same way the Bloods be screaming Sue Whoop, okay? If you didn't know, you need to recognize, okay? Just yesterday, we smoked on that fucking Houston pack, all right? And now today, I'm here to talk about it, all right? With that being said, only thing I want to say is, once again, I apologize for the layover and the absence. I feel like I haven't talked about the Jaguars in a very long time. Honestly, the last time I talked about the Jaguars was probably the Pittsburgh Steelers game, because I know the week after that we had the bye. And then we came out the bye, got stomped by the fucking Niners. And then last week we played against the Texans. I didn't do a video on that, but you know what? I'm back to it. Rest of the season, it's time to push all the way through the playoffs. Let's get it done. Let's go. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the Houston Texans 24-21, and now we improved to 8-3 on the season. First and foremost, this is our 8th straight road win, okay? Let me emphasize, this is our 8th straight road win. Let me emphasize again, this is our 8th straight road win, okay? We are battle-tested, and we are road warriors, okay? This is our 8th straight road win dating back to last season. In the regular season. I think our last road loss might have been against the Detroit Lions. Okay? We're 5-0 on the road this season. And, you know, it's crazy when I think about that statistic and that record and that stat and that hot streak. It reminds me back to the days where we had lost 17 straight road games from 2019 to the 2022 season. The victory that broke that streak was when we fucking stomped the Chargers in SoFi Stadium by like 20-something points in week 3 of last season. Okay, to see and think how far we've come in such a short amount of time is incredible to honestly witness. But honestly, there's more to come. Not only are we now undefeated on the road, not only are we still undefeated on the road, our record now improves to 5-1 against teams with a record above 500. So we beat quality teams. 5 of our 8 wins came from teams with winning records. Okay, so we're not out here smashing on bums like the Cowboys. That's not what we do. That's not what we're about. Indy above 500. Buffalo, now they're 500. New Orleans, I'm not. They just won. They're 500. Pittsburgh above 500. Houston are at 500. Are above 500. Okay, so we're beating quality teams. Like these are not pushover ass teams. Okay, and this will come in handy in the postseason when, unless we get the 1 seed, which I hope we don't. I would rather get the 2 seed. Unless we get the 1 seed and we have the first round bye, I would rather. We're going to have to go on the road and beat a quality team, okay? So if we get the 2 seed, I think that's perfect. That means we host the winner of the 3-5 matchup. We host the winner of the 3-6 matchup. So I'm looking forward to that, honestly. And, whether it's whether it's the Baltimore or whether it's KC, don't have any fear playing those teams in their homes. And then, honestly, we play Baltimore in a couple weeks. And I think that'll decide if we get the 2 or the 1 seed. We'll see how that plays out. But let me get to the actual game. This game was a playoff atmospheric game with a lot on the line. The Texans came in one game. Texans were 6-4. We were 7-3. They were 1 game behind us, and we were able to avenge our worst loss of the season. And then we sent the statement to the rest of the division. We sent the statement to the rest of the league. Like, this is – you see what the fuck is on my shirt. You see what the fuck is on my shirt. It says AFC South Division. This is our division. It's going to stay that way for a long time, okay? This is our division. CJ Stroud, not today, my nigga. Not today, not this year, not next year, not the year after that. No, nigga. This is our shit. It came into this game, they already beat us early in week 3. And the reason why I call the Texans loss our worst loss of the season is of our 3 losses, the Texans are easily the worst team we lost to. Not only are they the worst team we lost to at that point in the season. At that point in the season, I don't think anyone saw C.J. Stroud being this good. They came into our home and beat the fuck out of us. Granted, we kept shooting ourselves in the foot with costly mistakes and costly turnovers. Even this game, we didn't have any. Well, we had one turnover, which was a bullshit, bogus-ass call. But you see what happens when the Jaguars don't turn the football over? Teams cannot beat us. Teams cannot beat us. Even if we don't force any turnovers, if we don't turn the football over, teams cannot beat us. Simple as that. And you see what happened this game? We played a clean game. We came in here, we handled our business, and we got the fucking W. Okay? And I honestly feel like this score doesn't indicate how, man, the Jaguars dominated this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars dominated this game. Okay? And not only did we dominate this game, we left food on the plate. We left at least 17 points on the plate. No, not even 17. At the minimum, we left 9 points on the plate. At max, 17 points on the plate. 9 points or 17. Pick your poison. Because at the end of the first half, we decided to go for it on first and goal at the 1 with 1 second left. I'm not mad at the decision to go for it. I'm mad at the play call. Okay, even if we don't go for it, we take the 3 points. We go up 16-7 at half instead of 13-7. And then we get the ball and this is why I kind of feel like we might probably should have played it conservative and took the points because we were getting the ball back at halftime. We got the ball first, and then when we get the ball, we're marching down the field, and then Trevor Lawrence tries to throw it to Evan Ingram, and the most blatant pass interference call I've ever seen was not called. Derek Stingley get this weak-ass, bullshit-ass interception, and then the Texans take the ball and score. And then they were up 14-3. But then we answered right back. That's like I don't know what you want to call that, but that was a momentum. But at the end of the day, we responded. And we never wavered. And at one point, we went up 10. We went up 10. We were up 10 in the fourth quarter. And then Brandon McManus missed the field goal. He has a big leg. He doesn't usually miss that. We should have went up 20. We should have went up 24 to 14, but it didn't end up happening. Whatever the case may be, it is what it is. But I will say, the Jaguars were able to get it done despite horrible officiating. And the crazy thing, one thing I want to talk about is Trevor Lawrence. All right. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups because I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. And I remember seeing a lot of posts where, some of these plastic bandwagon cheap-ass fans are talking about, oh, my God, C.J. Stroud is better than Trevor Lawrence. And fuck no, he's not. No, he is not. Not only were they saying C.J. Stroud is better than Trevor Lawrence, these are our own fans. They're saying C.J. Stroud deserves to be in the MVP. Trevor Lawrence is a fucking game manager. Trevor Lawrence is not a fucking game manager. In the past 2 games, Trevor Lawrence has thrown for over 300 each game, 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns, okay? He has over 600 yards and 6 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks. That is not game manager numbers. I don't care and this is against division opponents. We're sending a fucking statement to the rest of the division. We run this shit. Fuck game manager my ass. Let me get into the box score. Trevor Lawrence, T-Law, the prince that was promised, 23 of 38, 364 yards, a bullshit interception, a rushing touchdown, and a passing touchdown to Calvin Ridley. And I'm going to be honest with you, Trev could have had like 400, but some of his best passes were dropped. Travis Etienne, 20 carries, 56 yards, 30 receiving yards, 86 yards of total all-purpose yards today. Dearness Johnson is running back number 2 moving forward. Tank Bigsby, I'm sorry, you're going to have to move on to special teams or whatever. Dearness Johnson is running back number 2, okay? Dearness Johnson is running back 2 moving forward. Calvin Ridley showed up again, 5 receptions. And the crazy thing is he had nothing at halftime. Nothing at halftime. Calvin Ridley, 5 receptions, 89 yards, and a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion catch. Christian Kirk, 4 receptions, 89 yards. Luke Farrell, 3 receptions, 55 yards. Evan Ingram, 5 receptions, 49 yards. Zay Jones, 1 catch, 10 yards. What else? Dearness Johnson had a 40-yard screen pass catch, or whatever the case may be. The offense looked good for the most part of the game. I mean, sometimes they stalled, or whatever the case may be, but overall, great game by the offense. The defense, man, I want to shout out to the defense. The defense bended but didn't break. And in the most critical times, even despite some of the fucking horrific officiating calls, man, the defense, man, stood tall, bro. Stood tall. When we needed, the defense made the Texans, first of all, the defense made the Texans one-dimensional. They were not able to run the ball whatsoever. And then we forced C.J. Stroud to throw up and down the field, and put the ball, and sometimes put the ball in harm's way. And we made C.J. Stroud uncomfortable. The sacks don't show it, but it was so many times he was scrambling and running for his life. I mean, and having to throw on the run. And honestly, C.J. Stroud actually excels at that shit. We consistently generated pressure. On a lot of times, we didn't get the sack and we didn't get home, but nevertheless, we generated enough pressure to make things uncomfortable for him. And Josh Allen and the defensive line and the pass rush showed up in the most critical situations of the game. The most critical situations of the game, they showed up. Josh Allen showed up. Man, Josh Allen showed up and made his presence felt on the most critical plays of the game. He came out the game with 2 sacks. And now he's at double digits on the season. Roy Robertson Harris got him a sack. Trayvon Walker assisted in Josh Allen's 2nd sack. Man, it was just you just love to see it, honestly. And we shut down there. I want to give a credit to DBs, Cisco, Rayshawn Jenkins, Darius Brown, Darius Williams. No, I said Darius Brown. Monteric Brown, Darius Williams. Our defense closed the game out for us. We love to see it. 3-phase win. Everybody chipped in. No mistakes. We played clean football. Definitely there are some things we need to clean up in terms of, pre-play and, formation. I think we had illegal formation penalties that hit us I don't remember any holding penalties or anything like that, but in the injury front, Cam Robinson left the game a little early. Hopefully he's back. But even then, the offensive line did waver because Trev didn't get sacked. But overall, a good team win. You love to see it, honestly, man. And we still run the AFC South, and it's going to stay that way for a very long time. We have the best quarterback in the division, and we have the best team in the division, okay? With that being said, like I said, I be screaming Duval like the Bloods be screaming Swoop. Duval! I'm out this bitch.